Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3 of LGD versus EG. Gods, it could not have gone any other way. This is how it should be. We're going to see this best out of 3 go the distance, and LGD dominate game 1. EG strike back with a dominating performance in game number 2 of their own. And boy, oh boy, am I excited to see how this one pans out. And off the bat, LGD showing another respect band comes out from them. This time, it's the Rubik.
Man, it seems every time I'm casting with you, LD, we get these 3-game series. This weekend at the TPL Masters, recently with the BTS World Tour, it's been constant 3-game series. And as you say, as it should be, especially in a match of this magnitude, this is to decide who wins this group in your Beyond the Summit World Series. I believe it's Group A, maybe Group B. It's A group. We'll just call it Group A for now. But it's going to be... Okay, Group B. It is 2 teams, both with 2 wins. They're in their final group stage match. The winner of this will get automatically into the quarterfinals. The loser will have to play a round of 16 match in the playoffs. Finishing second place in the group, obviously nothing shabby at all, with 14 of the 16 teams that'll be competing at the international plane here. But we'll see how these 2 teams adjust, what they go for in game number 3. Right off the bat, LGD, I mean, you mentioned the Rubik ban. That's the first time it's been banned all evening long, and I feel it is about time someone stops Demon from playing it. He played absolutely amazing last game, and LGD, first time for them in this 3-game series, they're with the Naga Siren, and I've got to say, we're going to see how they can use it. EG immediately deny them of that Tidehunter and pick up a Leshrac to go with it.
Yeah, I feel this is the most important thing to do. Out of all the heroes in the game, it's not really even the Darkseer, it's not the Enigma. It is the Tide you want to deny more so than any other teamfight specialist when a team gets their hands on Naga. So, well, we'll just have to see. But, I mean, LGD are going to see if EG have an answer for the hero that they themselves did not last game. I'm curious, how will it be laned, how it will be played, and all of that is absolutely up in the air right now. EG get the Leshrac as well, and that's a hero we've seen LGD really make good use of. Last game was a rare exception. I believe it was DDC playing that Leshrac, and he just didn't really find the openings. Spent a lot of time kind of aimlessly wandering around, checking the enemy Ancients, heading over towards the middle lane, doing some pulling there unsuccessfully, and getting picked off repeatedly. So we'll have to see if EG can be more effective. And also, will this be a farming hero, or will somebody like Universe or maybe even maelk pick that up?
Yeah, I definitely think it can go both ways. Could even see it being played sort of as a solo mid hero. I think, well, maybe not even solo mid, maybe in a farming role, something like Bulba playing him, but I feel that EG will want to go maybe for the Morphling again. Even in this 3rd pick, if they don't pick it on the first 3, I feel LGD will just ban it out. So going for the Morphling seems to be EG's bread and butter. It's where they seem to win games fairly comfortably, and it doesn't really put them in a sticky situation where right now up against Naga Siren, there's your Enigma, there's your AoE, and a hero we've seen LGD use once or twice, and I think even in its Go-To Monthly Madness Finals was picked a couple of times by both Zenith and LGD. The Disruptor, big AoE combo, the big silence as well. Great way of dealing with the Tidehunter Ravage, because the silence will not, or the Kraken Shell will not get rid of it. So this is a very early Disruptor pick. It's something they could have easily got with the 4th or 5th pick, but I think they just want to get it now and then use their 4th or 5th picks to get their carry heroes and to get something to counter whatever EG gets. So they'll quite happily pick it up now, and I think typically they play it as a support hero.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like most teams are favoring him as a support hero. He hasn't seen a whole lot of play. I think for me, the notable game, I didn't actually watch those It's Go-To Monthly Madness ones, but I did watch the game where Zenith picked him up, and I mean, they ran a full-on teamfight lineup. Darkseer, Disruptor, Enigma, Tidehunter. It was something along those lines. No, EG, not going to go for the Morphling here. Enchantress is the choice instead. And I feel if you're LGD, waste no time about it. Don't even give EG a chance at that hero. Just ban it out. Because, boy, I mean, it's very rare where we see a Morphling really struggling or getting shut down. Even if his team loses, the Morphling always makes an impact, whether it's through the laning, the split pushing, or the farming. But LGD gets some good teamfight to start, and like you said, the question is, where do they want to go? Do they want to go all in on the teamfight? Do they want to get some more push to complement the Enigma? Or do they want to maybe look for a hard carry of some kind? There are certainly options in that department.
Yeah, LGD bang out the Brood now. I like this bang because they don't really have, none of their 3 first picks can deal with it very well, and I think they don't want to have to be forced into picking something like a Sand King or even just putting a lot of gold investment into getting Sentry Wards and dealing with a Brood like that. There's your Morphling ban. Throughout Disruptor, I should say, not a hero that wants to be spending a lot of gold on sentries and dust to deal with the Brood. So both these bans from LGD, really smart. EG banned themselves out the Ancient Apparition. I guess, a support or a solo hero. Maybe going to ban out something like the Shadow Shaman that LGD have been constantly picking as a support hero here, or may want to ban out one of those solo options that LGD could get for that side lane. Although they've already got the Enigma, they tend to sort of shy away from the jungle Enigma. I feel we may see another Zhao 8 side lane solo Enigma.
Yeah, we're going to have to see where they want to lane it, but it's certainly an option here. And, well, Enigma is susceptible.
10 seconds.
Sorry, go ahead.
You know it's still in the pool?
Yeah.
Lycan is actually still in the pool. He's not been banned out. He's not been picked up, and
you're right.
He's still in the pool here. I assume the teams have known. I mean, this is something I don't disagree with. I think he's not a must-pick hero. I think he's very powerful, but you have to build your lineup around him. If you pick Lycan, you have to say, okay, we've got Lycan. Let's make everything revolve around the Lycan, or at least revolve around getting space for Lycan to farm and push down towers. You can't just expect things to work out because you've got a Lycan. So I think ignoring picking him is a viable strategy. I mean, well, not so much a strategy. He's not a must-pick hero. And we're seeing it here. EG could pick him up in this 4th or 5th pick, but he's made it this far.
Well, here's the thing, Gods. There's so many ways to deal with them already for LGD. Black Hole and Net, even if Lycan gets the BKB, that'll deal with him. If he doesn't, plenty of lockdown. The Net, the Sleep, the Malefice. Even Disruptor can glimpse it back in, and I like this choice by EG. Gonna go for another stable pick of theirs. It's the Lone Druid. Probably we're going to see Fear play it, although last time it was bulba. The last time they played the Lone Druid. Today, Lita, the final pick for LGD. And, I mean, I liked LGD's lineup last game. I like it this game, too, but it didn't matter last game. They still didn't make it work, so we'll have to see. Can they deal with this sort of brute force frontline tanker dual option of the Tidehunter and the Lone Druid? Not to mention the big push coming out from Leshrac and Enchantress. I mean, that for me, that's going to be the big story of this game. Can EG get the early towers?
10 seconds
between all these pushing heroes, can they get a quick 6 on the Tide? And for LGD, can they sort of hang on, maybe find the kills here or there? But I do feel like LGD are going to be a little bit more potent in the mid game because they don't have that jungle Enchantress. They have a lot of team fight, a lot of chain stun, spammable nukes. And Beastmaster is the final pick. Interesting.
Well, one of Demon's, well, what used to be one of his best heroes, he hasn't been playing as much as of late, but probably going to see Demon playing him, probably in that side, I guess, unless it's Lone Druid going into that hard lane, but I'd say it's quite likely going to be the Beastmaster in that suicide lane. I can always use the Ancient Pools there, just stack it up if you can't get too far out in the lane there. And you can see the Lone Druid probably played by Fear, farming it up, and so far Fear on that carry role has been absolutely rock solid. He's been the one thing that's been so consistent with this EG team. I can't remember too many bad games coming out from him. So LGD, will they be able to deal with him? They could go for the aggressive Tralling if they really want. I mean, they've got the potential to do so with the Naga Siren, the Lina, the Thrall. I mean, there's a fairly strong Tralling in that, as it does look like we will be seeing DK heading towards the mid solo. So Sylar will be playing the Naga Siren Trial lane, and it looks like they're heading top. So LGD, we've got Sylar on the Naga Siren, we've got DD playing the Lina, we've got DDC playing the Disruptor, and then finally the Captain Zhao 8 once again playing the Enigma in that side lane solo.
Yeah, meanwhile we have, for EG, we have Universe playing the Leshrac. Will be a support Leshrac, interesting to note. Demon rushing the bottle on the Beastmaster, Bulba playing that Tidehunter, Fear on his Lone Druid, and he will be farming up in the safe lane. maelk there as well, so we might see an early clash. Although LGD is not actually going to go into the jungle from the looks of it. Maybe they will. This is a very unusual angle to take. You almost always see teams run up the lane and then make a right into the jungle. They're going to go for a big wraparound. Where are they headed? Are they going top? They're just looking to put a ward down for the moment. Oh, it all sort of hangs to the balance here. DDC off in no man's land. And keep in mind, they only have 4 here. Zhao 8 is down bottom. DDC as well as Dragon Knight. Someone's going to get spotted. Gush to start. The bear comes in. Oh, nice kinetic fields. Holding a couple heroes in place. Universe in particular as well as the bear. Still Sylar on the back foot. Trying to run away. There's your slow. The Gush pulling down. One more second. Great Light Strike away from DD. But in comes the Gush again. And I believe EG are on the verge of a first blood. Axes. Oh, the Split Earth. Is he going to live another amazing stun from ETD? Was that a 5-man? Oh my goodness.
5-man Light Strike Array. DD, no freaking problem. I'll keep you alive, Sylar.
Yeah, Sylar, you're absolutely out of position. You're playing very poorly, but I am here to throw you that rope, drag you back onto the ship, and keep you alive. DDC wants to man up against maelk, and, well, that's a little questionable. But he's going to back off of it. No, in comes DD, in comes Sylar. They're going to contest this jungle by maelk quite a bit. Sentry Ward already placed, and they're going to do some dewarding. And if the pulls happen, that's going to be a trouble here for LGD. So who do you actually favor in this tri-lane?
Well, I'd say LGD got off to a bad start. They took a lot of damage. They used up a heap of regen there. Nagasaran just with one Tango in lane. And I have to agree, contesting this jungle is going to be a great way of dealing with it. They can keep maelk level 1 for a long time and just slow him down. If he ever comes to gank, he's going to have be very limited creep-wise, as well as, he's only not even going to have any points in the heal yet. And he's just going to rotate mid, chip away at Yao, and just sort of do whatever he can. It looks like he's going to head into the Radiant jungle, deciding there's not enough creep spawns at this top lane.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting transition by him. Now, let's look at the bottom lane. It's Xiao 8 down there, and that's a very gankable hero. Sure, strong in the 1v1, but not really survivable if multiple heroes are ganking him up. And maelk, gonna have the early wildkin, can put some harassment towards lane if he wants to do so, as my mouse loses control of itself. Sorry about that, guys, but over in the mid lane, the one lane we even talked about, it's bulba face-off against Yao. And I mean, this is a lane where it seems like Tidehunter usually wins against other melees, but with proper flame breath spam, as well as maybe some bottle crowing, we're going to see a Dragon Knight having a much better time than he did last game, and that's definitely a big change.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He should be able to get some farm, pretty much even farm to the Tidehunter, maybe even slightly better because he can sit back, use that bottle, and use that bottle crow that we're going to be seeing. Universe pulling at the top lane, but this sort of creates opportunity for LGD to chip away at the tower. Oh no, Xiao 8, there's a gank you're talking about. maelk, looks like the creep blog. Xiao 8, the axes go in, they get the kill. Demon going to pick himself up a very early first blood, and that's what you need in a sort of a tough matchup against this Enigma. But it looks like maelk is just going to stay bottom, maybe even try to get this T1 tower down very, very early. We'll probably see some more ganks coming soon. Top lane, though, sylar's dived in very, very far, looking for Fear. The Riptide not actually going to land. Fear tangles his way out of there. Nice little bit of play there coming out from Fear on the lone druid.
Well, I mean, so far it's EG who go for the gank and it works. This tri-lane, they do need to get some kills, at least deny the pulley, and they're not really doing either so far. The pressure onto Fear, it doesn't do you a lick of good unless you actually turn it into a kill. So far they've not. Yeah, with the level 2 Flame Breath, as well as a DD, is going to have the edge here against bulba. Bulba already used up a bottle charge, 3 charges, and the rune available still. For Yao, so he's having a good time. That's the big bright spot here for LGD, but the tri-lane is struggling. The bottom lane definitely struggling, although we are seeing Enigma with some good farm, 11 and 5. And I will say as well, the Naga is getting farmed, so in that respect, maybe the tri-lane is working out. But the downside is that these two supports not really getting the levels, not really getting the farm themselves.
Oh, another gank at bottom. Xiao 8, he's trying to fight his way out of this one. Demon actually pops the soaring. I don't know if that's going to help him a huge amount. He can throw some axes in a second. He is taking a lot of damage. The axes will land. Xiao 8 now in trouble. The Quill Beast as well gets taken out, but it's the Enchantress with the Dark Troll Warlord getting the kill. Demon going to be okay here. He's got Salve as well as Tango's. The Eidolon's trying to chase him down, but he's just going to get himself into those trees and be perfectly fine here. 2 kills at bottom lane, 2 kills on Xiao 8. Not a good start for the Enigma.
Well, it's the downside of the tri-lane, gods, and we've talked about it many times in our previous cast. If you run a tri-lane, and the tri-lane, even if the tri-lane does okay, it's not like you can make an adjustment out of this lane. You can't leave Naga here, that's not going to work. You can't really leave the supports because they're under farm and relatively under leveled, so they don't really have a plan B. They're just going to be forced to try and find the kills, get that Naga farm, get Yao farmed up. And I will say, these two are getting great farms, sort of similar to last game. We saw it on Fear as well as bulba getting the great early creep scores. Playing the bear. The bear getting ganked is actually important here because it's on cooldown for a minute. And that means Fear really can't do a whole lot.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, Fear's just limited now to just sitting back and soaking up XP for the next 50 seconds or so, and he's not having a good time. And I think even though the Enigma's died twice at bottom lane, all in all, things have gone pretty well for LGD for the lanes.
Fear gets caught out the kinetic field, blocking the path of retreat. I really love that creative use of it. Normally, Universe comes in. Sylar's got the net and the Riptide. Opts for the Riptide. DD lives with about 10 HP. We turn our attention to Universe. He's trying to run away here. Another net, but the Edict doing some decent damage. Stun on the DDC, creeps as well. They really want this kill, and gods, they don't get it. Wow, in comes Fear. He's alive again. He might be able to right-click him down. Good body blocking from Sylar. Not enough, however. And with the early boots, the salve, a couple more right-clicks. Sylar getting better body blocks this time around. DD looking for the stun. Fear might be in a bit of trouble. He really wants this kill. No, and looks like everyone should live. Or will they? Or will they? Or will they? Fear still chasing. Are you serious?
He's going to get the kill. He's going to get a second kill. He summoned the bear. He's in trouble now. Fear, what am I seeing? Fear's gone all in. He's going to get the 1 kill. He's going to get a second kill. Is this going to be a third kill? Sylar's going to get out of here, surely. Fear's got the entangle up now. If he hits an entangle, that could be a kill. Fear escapes as well.
Surely!
No freaking problem, but Universe in all sorts of trouble. He's going to go down under the tower. So Sylar picks up the kill.
Oh, DD first hit entangle, and there you go. The Thunder Strike. Gonna force Fear back. Okay, we just saw... Oh, middle lane, though. Yeah, gets picked off. Almost missed that one. And the one thing we have not talked about is maelk has been incredibly effective on this jungle and Treacherous, but to return to that fight top, I mean, how often do you see a lone druid dive a tower in general, let alone up against 3 heroes? And on top of that, he lives, and he gets 2 kills, and he gets away. Oh, man. Well, you said Fear's been solid. That was more than solid. That was spectacular play coming out from him.
Didn't even have his spirit there as well. It was just, the odds were stacked against him, but Fear just knowing perfect control there, and LGD. I mean, they didn't really react as well as they could have to it, but they are going to... I mean, it's still not like as if Fear is in a great position. Sure, he gets himself 2 kills. He's still pretty underfarmed here. He's only got himself 12 CS here, and this top tier 1 tower, it's going to go down. LGD will look for this last hit here, and Leshrac and Lone Druid not going to be able to prevent it from going down. It's going to be them looking for the deny, though, and they can probably get this with the Lone Druid. He's got a lot of base damage here. We'll see whether or not Lone Druid can time it, and yet Lone Druid gets the deny. So LGD not going to get the full gold for that top tier 1 tower. First tower of the game does go down.
Overall, LGD just dominating in terms of the farm. Although EG are getting the kills, it's only a 5-2 kill score. The tower going down top, that's a big gold boost. And then we have a DK who's just crushing through mid. 42-10 by Yao. I actually think Gush onto the middle lane. Yao gonna be forced back. The tornado coming in. Centaur stop. Roar as well. They really want Yao, and they should be able to bring him down. Centaur stop. Perfect chain stun there. Absolutely perfect. They get a kill, and boy, was that an important kill, because this DK was really getting out of hand in a hurry.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of farm. He's got the treads and bottle. We'll see where he wants to go next, if he goes straight for the BKB or picks up some of those sort of more utility-based items like a drum or a pipe. But for now, it is going to be EG start. I mean, that's the thing. They've got these kills. They're up 6 kills to 2, but they haven't really put any pressure on any of these towers yet. I mean, maelk chipping a little bit at the mid-tier 1 tower, but it just goes to show. EG have been focusing on kills and the laning, but not actually applying any pressure yet. And this has happened to both the last 2 games. It worked in game number 2 because they had the great carries, but this game it's going to be all about sort of sitting back and getting Fear farmed, and he's not had the best farm yet. I feel they have to put on some pressure some towers, otherwise it's LGD who will scale better the longer this game goes.
Not to mention Bulba's been held down quite hard as well. Sure, he's got Ravage, but it's not like he's near Arcane Boots or any sort of big utility item, tanking item for the team. And with these early towers going down, where does Lone Druid farm? He's not the best escape artist. Sure, you can try and hide in the trees at the bear farm. Their tower not going to be denied. Xiao claims that, and he's also farming great. 54 CS, and this is after being tanked twice and dying twice, gods. I mean, LGD are showing that even with this delay, they definitely know how to last hit. And I mean, for EG, that's my big concern, is to go back to my point, is where is Fear going to find the farm? Look at the ward investment required to keep him safe. 2 wards up towards the top lane. Even one over near the river. Just trying to keep Fear protected. This is not a morph lane where you can wave into the trees, TP out, just morph to strength. Even use your replica to try and juke. Sure, he's tanky, but he's also very immobile.
Yeah, it's a sizable gold lead for LGD at the moment. Their carries are farming better, but it's going to come up to EG just to buy time for Lone Druid to find the space to get that relic up. He's now got this top lane pushed out, and I mean, this is where Fear will just farm away at this top lane. He doesn't even need the backup because this top lane's been completely left alone with it being pushed that far out. So EG can just go as 4 heroes. They can defend this bottom tier 1 tower. Fear can just stay top, continuing to farm away, and pretty much Fear can just play his own game. As we will see, it's actually a Universe TPing back home to Fountain. Tide's got the Ravage, so if EG want to fight, if they want to defend this bottom tier 1 tower, they probably can do so, although it looks like LGD already backing off, probably the right decision to make, as they do not want to fight when EG have the Ravage.
I don't really think they need to. Sure, you're up against the Lone Druid, but like you said, there's plenty of other backup on the LGD side. A farm DK, a reasonably farm Naga, not the best item progression for Sylar, but he'll catch up in a hurry with that Riptide, which is almost maxed out. And I mean, this Enigma, that might turn out to be the story of this game. Is Xiao having a horrible time bottom, getting ganked twice, being pressured constantly, still leading the way for his team in terms of farm. And leading the game, in fact, now tied up with DK. Here we go, smoke gang. And LGD do enjoy their smoke ganks. I wouldn't quite call them the complexity of the East in that regard, but they'll use them whenever they can. We didn't see them much in Game 1, we saw them not work in Game 2. But they might find Fear, the bear is visible, and that means Fear has to be nearby. Oh, this is going to be close. Meanwhile, EG on a smoke gank of their own. Oh, Fear's got to know something's up now. Going for the TP out, I believe. Is he going to find it, though? No, he's being a little greedy here, guys, and he will pay for this one. Malphus to start, as well as the kinetic field. Fear's tanky. Don't think it's going to be enough. No Light Strike Array just yet. Final Malphus, there's your Light Strike Array. And they will get the kill. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they get a counter kill into Yao.
Yeah, they kill the DK, though, so EG themselves pick up a very important kills across the map there. So not, in the end, I mean, it's pretty much an even trade there as both teams lose a very important carry hero. So LGD, and they're not even going to get a tower of this, whereas EG may even get a tower at bottom. It doesn't look like LGD are going to have any possibility of defending it. But LGD going for a counter push of their own for the top tier 2 tower. Now, if they can get that, they'll make a decent trade. But for now, I think EG may be back in time to try to defend.
Well, they have everything up. Well, excuse me, not Roar, but they have Ravage. That's the big one. The Shrek will have Tina come soon. Here's the issue, is LGD is in position. Even if you TP in and try to Ravage, Asleep can definitely turn that one around. We'll see if Sylar uses it. No, the TP just gets cancelled. I mean, of all their heroes, Tide is probably the one that could TP in and still get something accomplished. But the Black Hole can hold him in place, so... I mean, you actually... your Kraken Shell will not remove it, so they're just going to back off.
TPing is very hard to do against a Disruptor. The Glimpse can just send you right back to where you came from, and that's probably why we saw that TP there being cancelled almost, because Thrall can just send them right back. When I say Thrall, I mean the Disruptor. It's his Dota 1 name, but it's very annoying. It's not instant. You don't instantly get sent back. It does have to, well, channel. Basically, you get all back, and then as soon as the distance has been traveled, you get sent back. So it's sort of a 2-3 second delay, depending how far you'll be traveling. But it would give Tide time to pop the Ravage before he's sent back or something. But in the end, it's not really a good position for EG to be in, TPing right in front of the Disruptor.
Godz, they're going to get a Roshan, and I mean, this is what we saw with LGD on the Dire spot, was a really early Roshan. Great warding from them. They have the Hawk providing vision as well as a Tornado doing the same over towards the mid lane. And that's an Aegis for Demon, not for Fear, not for Universe, not for Bulba. They give this one to Demon. That means a guaranteed... Well, he does have a Medallion, so that can be very helpful in these long team fights, plus the Axe spam. Still an interesting choice. He's not a carry by any means. Doesn't really have spammable spells aside from the Axis. It's all about the big roar for him. And by the way, can I just say, Fear is doing an amazing job of catch up. 2,400 gold after a horrible start against the tri-lane. He's not too far away from that relic.
Yeah, I mean, just slowly and steadily. And the thing is, LGD, it's not as if they're getting ridiculously farmed. Some decent, well, really decent CS on Enigma, DK, as well as Naga Siren. But I mean, DK, the 3 deaths on him have slowed down any item progression. He's just got his Ogre Club at the moment, trying to get that BKB up. Enigma's looks like he's finished off his mech now. I think that is flying out. Yep, mech is finished on him. And then the Naga Siren, Vitality Booster. Sylar has been one of the players who goes straight for that Heart of Taras, which is what we'll probably see here. I think with the damage coming from the DK as well as just the other sources on the team, that they won't be looking to get that Radiance up on Sylar.
Dire's bottom tower.
Here we go, bottom lane. Big push coming in. Sylar in the front lines. Always available to drop that sleep if he wants to do so. He's got a haste bottled up as well. And LGD, here comes the death ball. Everybody grouped up. Demon driven deep back into his own territory. And Sylar with the haste is going to catch him. Is going to catch him if he can actually get the vision. Roar on the Sylar. Do they have the burst damage and the chain stun? I believe they do, God. Sylar's going to go down here. Oh, is he? Just gets the sleep off. Are you kidding me? And he's going to live. No, he turned it off immediately. Universe will go down. Bulba now comes in. A Ravage available. Doesn't want to waste it. Here we go, though. Fishing for the Ravage. Shout fishing for a Black Hole as well. Shout will be the target. Gets caught out by the Centaurs. Malphus going on the Bulba. No Ravage just yet. Good chain stun here. Beautiful, in fact. There's your Ravage. Misses Shout. And now Shout can turn this one around. Yao still doing big damage. Not being focused. Fear is just ignoring this fight completely. No TP, and Aegis is blown. maelk doing some damage of its own. Demon comes back to life. maelk held in place. LGD sort of out of gas here. They're going to actually be forced back. Axe is flying through. Yao taking some damage. Will he go down? Anchor smash as well. Oh, he will. And they're winning this fight 4v5. Although, to be fair, it's really a 5v5 because of that Aegis. Great pit holding everyone in place. And the rest of LGD should be able to escape. Fear gets a tower, and he's got his relic.
Yeah, fantastic fight from EG, and that's exactly how they want to play this. Have these fights where Fear is just, well, farming on his own, getting towers on his own. That's, as you say, 4v5. They do have the Aegis there, and I've got to say, That fight to me was all maelk. Firstly, the play. They didn't actually kill the Naga Siren, but the Centaur chain stunning was absolutely perfect. Then later on, during the team fight itself, he used 2 more Centaur stuns, which landed. And it was just absolutely impressive micro from maelk all the way through, using the impetuses with the Centaur stuns. Some great micro from him. And EG coming out on top, buying more time for Fear to farm. We'll see the Radiance up very, very soon. And I mean, that was LGD finding a 4v5. And when it comes to having Lone Druid involved with a Radiance, it's going to get even worse. I mean, sure, they won't be the Aegis in play, but I still feel they are going to be struggling a bit here. The signs are pointing towards them, having to just sit back, farm, get some big items up before they try fight again. I mean, that's sort of the BKB on DK, right. Maybe even a BKB on this Enigma as well.
Well, maelk may be a bit of an old man, at least in Dota years, as long as he's been around the scene, but even if this old dog can't learn new tricks, his old tricks are still pretty damn good. That jungle enchantress, like you said, I mean, just it's not even the early game, it's these mid-game fights where multiple Centaur stomps, chain stunning heroes, doing big damage with the impetus, and equally importantly, never dying. I mean, Enchantress is a pretty easy hero to kill normally, as long as she doesn't get the heal off, or if you just have the big burst, but maelk stays alive, turns the fight for his team, and buying time for Fear to farm. So here we go for LGD, they smoke, but they do it under, I believe, a ward. There's a Hawk on top of them. No, maybe it wasn't spotted. Oh no, Demon gets caught out. Stun to start, Dragon Tail coming out, Demon will fall, Universe held in place, this is going to be a double kill, Laguna Blades, one more right click, there's the net, they get the double. And that means another tower on the bottom lane. Is there a trade for EG? maelk's frantically charging mid, trying to get something. But I don't think he'll be in time. And LGD are going to claim 2 kills and a tier 2. That's kind of bad news for them.
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean, they're not what they wanted. The momentum was all going EG's way, but with that, LGD do slow him down a bit. They still fear farming at the top lane. He's got his Radiance in just 100 or so gold now, and maelk at mid lane, caught out, the TP's in, and it looks like he may go down his bottom lane. There we go, Enigma fished off. I like that from LGD. They TP'd back before they even got the tower. maelk wasn't expecting him to TP back that early, but he got caught by surprise. Not only do they get the kill on him, they deny the mid tier 1 tower, they get the tier 2 at bottom, everything going LGD's way in that sort of 1 minute of actions from them, so really nice play.
It's these smoke ganks. I mean, that's what's working for LGD right now, and I gotta say, they just barely dodged. There was a ward, you see this ward that's still up on the hill, there was also one down below that big camp, and they also had a Hawk in the jungle, but they just happened to find, I guess, that one spot over here that was not warded, or I don't even remember where they spoke, but it was like around this area, near the small camp, just out of vision, and EG just caught totally unawares. And LGD have the kind of lineup where if they get some kills, they don't have an Edict or any great burst damage on towers, but they clear the waves fast, and then they have some illusions to tank it up. Sylar wants to go for the rune here, net onto Bulba, DD, it will be picked up. Bulba's gonna take that net, just lasts for an eternity. I actually thought my game was lagging out, that lasted so long. But no, it is not. The net just has a, I believe it's 6-second duration. No, 5 seconds when it's
not max. Yeah, 5 seconds when max. That's a long time there. As I mean, Sylar at the moment, he's got a decent farm, but he hasn't actually got quite the levels yet. I mean, we're only 18 minutes in, but he wants to get the level 2 ultimate. He wants to have that very short cooldown. Level 3, it's a 3-minute cooldown. The cooldown decreases by a minute every level. It's absolutely ridiculous how short it is at level 3. And until that point, though, EG are going to have a very, very consistent and non-stop team fights. They're looking at mid. DD in a bit of trouble here. The Radiant's now up for Fear. If he hits Entangle, it's a sure thing. It doesn't look like he will do it. The Bear gets stuck in the connect field. So does Bulba. And they will have to back off there. DD being kept alive with the help of the Disruptor.
Well, EG are going for this big all-mid push now. They do have Beastmaster. 2 points in Enter Beast. Level 1 Necronomicon picked up. Bulba with the hood. The Courier! The Courier will juke and get away. That was close. Definitely not where he meant to be. Well, Universe, very squishy, but Fear's got the Radiance. So EG are sort of going for that timing push. We're not going to see them go for racks just yet, but they'd like to get the tier 2, at least apply some pressure, draw Sylar back, but this is very dangerous to do against Naga. So we'll have to see if EG can punish it, or if LGD can punish the aggression. For the moment, not really looking to do so. Just the glitch force, and they're going to back off for the moment.
We'll have to see whether or not LGD can hit that big combo in, well, 20 seconds after the Naga Siren ultimate, almost about to hit the level 2 ulti. I mean, we saw EG back in game number 1 hit an absolutely sick combo with the Naga Siren, setting up a 3-man black hole under a tier 1 tower. If LGD can get something similar, they can easily win some team fights for themselves. but they want to make sure they can catch a hero. The Tide and the Beastmaster are the big two. I mean, the Raw and the Tide Ravage, if they can take those out of the fight, they're looking pretty good here, but there's still other heroes that who can cancel the Black Hole. You're looking at the Leshrac there, and Enigma trying to work on that BKB just to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, he's still a ways off from the BKB. Only 1,000 gold on him, and I don't think there's anything on the Courier. There's not. Fear has the Radiant sub. 20 minutes in, I think I want to say he's had it for 2 or 3 minutes now. But no item progression beyond that, and he is going to have to get very big if they want to go late game. Just so much control on the side of LGD, and here's the downside, or if not the downside, then something that should be considered about Lone Druid as that carry hero, as that damage dealer, is he never goes for BKB, so he's always going to have to worry about the chain stun, the lockdown. You get the cloak, you try and hit 16, you tank up as best you can. But ultimately, he can be burst down, he can be chain stunned. Whereas for LGD, they've got the BKB up, and I mean, it's really only Roar that's going to deal with that. Maybe the Entangle, if they get lucky.
Yep, and for me, the big thing here for LGD is they just need to survive the next sort of 5-10 minutes without losing any massive team fights. Sure, they have the potential to win some fights of their own with the combo, but with the Lone Druid with the Radiance, these next few team fights are going to be hard for them. I mean, we'll see Beastmaster legging a few more, getting close to that Necrobook 3. And I feel the next big clash is going to be all around, hovering around this Roshan pit. It is back up in about 1 to 2 minutes time, and that's where EG are going to look to take another uncontested Roshan. LGD probably want to make something happen before then. If they can get a smoke and get a kill or two, they'll be able to get Roshan themselves, or at least force some buybacks. There's your smoke gank, and they're going to do it just before Roshan is respawning. I really like this timing from them.
Straight down the middle lane, Sylar, remember the ultimate range, very long on that Son of the Siren. They head up towards the high ground. We're not spotted. Oh god, this has the makings of a total disaster for EG. In they go, they get perfect jump. Kinetic field holds Demon in place. Oh, he's dead. Demon goes down instantly. Even a Laguna Blade just to guarantee that kill. And the Son of the Siren, not going to hit anything. Well, they get the
Looking
kill,
for Fear.
But they use so much to do it.
They really wanted Fear as well. Fear only just got out of the kinetic field, and that Song of the Siren was hoping to catch him just on the edge there with the AoE, but they didn't manage to do so. They got just the 1 kill, and it was at the cost of, I mean, a lot of ultis being popped here. Roshan about to respawn. I mean, I don't think EG are going to make a go for it with Beastmaster down. They are lacking in the map control department. They've got some decent wards hovering around it, but I mean, they well could. There is Nagasaran with an illusion there, scouting things out. And LGD, I mean, they need to be careful. They've used up all these ultimates. It's a good sort of at least a minute before some of those are coming back up, where EG may want to go for Roshan here, and by the looks of things, they will.
I mean, not for long, though, as Beastmaster is respawning. He is coming back up soon, and there you go. He'll be back in the fight. Bear's going to start doing some damage. This is not going to be the quickest Roshan we've ever seen, at least not until Beastmaster gets there. The difference, though, as you've been mentioning, is LGD is in position. This is not going to be an Aegis given for free. But I feel with that Nagasaran ult down, it was used, right? Yeah, there. It's clicking on illusion. There you go. Yao charges in. BKB. Once Bulba Ravage will hit on everybody, but not on Yao, and that may be the game changer here. Net going through onto Bulba. Roar goes out. Xiaowei getting locked down. Mech already used. He will take a fall. And now DDC and Yao. Everybody on the back foot. God, they needed that sleep. And unfortunately, God, they did not get it. Here we go onto Sylar. Very tanky, but will take a fall. EG just wiping LGD. And if LGD end up giving away this Aegis, I gotta say that Song of the Siren being used is what cost them. DD will melt as well. The buyback from Yao. And what is he really gonna do? Nothing except run. Gush on the Sylar. They've chased all the way from the Roshan pit here, and they're not done. Yao taking big damage. Now coming from maelk with that impetus. Yao goes down. It's a team wipe as well as a buyback kill. Ultra kill for Fear. He's just about got his next time after that one. Will they even bother with Roshan? They may just look to go Rex. Wow!
Oh man, EG just playing out of their minds right now, especially Fear, and just all around great synergy between all 5 members here, and they knew that they were in a position of advantage. Even with DK buying back there, a lot of teams were just retreated, but they knew they were in a position where they could just keep on being aggressive, and that's what they're going to go. They're going to go for the tier 3 tower, they're going to go for a Rax here, and they should be able to get this here. Xiaowei does have the Black Hole, they don't want to overextend too much, but with the Lone Druid, he can just sit back and use his Spirit Blade to get this Rax here. I don't think LGD can stop, but this melee barracks in all kinds of trouble. Roar on Xiaowei, if he goes down, there goes your Black Hole. He's trying to get up his BKB, he's still got 1k gold to go. And this Rax at bottom is gone. The melee Rax, possibly even a range Rax. DD does go down to the Lone Druid. Leshrac helping out there, and EG find themselves in a very commanding lead all of a sudden.
Oh, great kinetic field, and the silence get two! No, will they? Demon is low, he should go down, there you go. But EG, they got what they wanted. They get 6 kills plus another. The Soma started again! Sylar overestimating the range. Really could use that Blink Dagger we saw Bulba pick up last game, but he doesn't catch anyone, and that means 2 minutes! 2 full minutes without it. And, well, I don't know. I mean, they get 7 kills in the end. They get a set of racks. They lose 2. That's all they lose in exchange for that. And now they should have free access into the Roshan pit, especially with the black hole the Sonic started down. I don't see anything that LGD can do to deal with that, and in the blink of an eye, guys, EG just take absolute and utter control over this game. It was really LGD's game to, I mean, not to lose, but they had the lead, and now it's EG with a big lead, the map control, the racks down, looking very solid.
And the massive problem after a fight like that, not only you give up 6 kills, you give up a tier 2 tower in a rack, so you're probably going to lose a Roshan as well because of it. And that bigger gold swing in that shorter time gets so many core items up for EG. You see the mech going to be bought up for maelk. You'll see Lone Druid pick up his next big item soon, probably the Assault. Yep, the Assault Crest is going to be finishing very fast. Beastmaster gets his level 3 Necrobook with a gem. I mean, BKB about to finish on the track. They've just picked up, their item progression in just a matter of 1 minute has just completely jumped to the next level. And now they're going to get an Aegis as well for Fear. This is going to be very, very scary. LGD probably want to contest this Roshan, but I just don't know if they can. BKB coming up on Enigma. Maybe that's going to give them the opportunity to contest it. They'll have to make sure they catch Demon in it. Otherwise, he can still cancel it with that Roar.
Well, one thing that will make it very hard to catch him is the Gem and the Hawk and the Necro 3. Demon just has so many ways to spot people out and pick them off, and LGD are just going to have to give this one away. There's nothing they can do. Maybe try and snipe it with the Eidolons, but that would be very sloppy play from EG to let that happen and come the Eidolons. And, not going to get anything accomplished there. So LGD are down a lane of racks. I would say they're not out of it, but it's going to be real hard for them to find an opening to fight here. This is not being down against any lineup. It's being down against a Beastmaster with a Necro 3 and a Gem. And really, I mean, the smoke ganks, are they even going to be effective? No wards up. Always dangerous to go for the smoke gank without the visions. What are LGD going to do?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, look at this DK. He's got 150 creep kills, but where are his items? He's just got BKB and treads, and we're 28 minutes in, and EG just going to march straight down this mid lane. Naga Siren trying to get himself this tier 2 tower at top, but EG just going to have their way at mid lane, and they're going to set themselves up for a high ground push here. I don't think they're too afraid. I think they're actually going to go for this now. They've got the Ravage. They've got the BKB. No BKB on the track. It's flying out now. They may want to wait for it, but it doesn't look like it. Feed's just going to run right in, ball speed as per usual, and try go for this tier 3 tower. Glyph gets used, and that's a bit of a missed timing as there wasn't any damage being dealt there, and EG in a great position here to take another set of racks.
Bulba on the front lines will eat a light strike array. Pipe is used, and now this is where EG are really going to force the issue. Kinetic field protecting the tower. I gotta say, the kinetic field uses this game very creative play from DDC. Might not be enough though. EG are going to reset, reload, and go again. And now the BKB that you mentioned is up on Universe. So many heroes on EG that can tank at the front lines, be it Demon with his raw HP and armor, be it Fear with his HP, his armor, and his Aegis, or Universe with the BKB. There's just no easy kills on this EG side, and even if they hit the perfect wombo combo, I'm not sure it'll be enough. I also want to point out, Yao, despite having a great farm all game, he's 3 and 6, and perhaps more importantly, he's only level 14. There's still no Frost Dragon, and you need that against EG, especially against the Bear, against Fear. It's just so important to be able to kite. And no, I'm not lagging out, guys. They're just waiting for the creep wave.
LGD patiently awaiting the onslaught that's going to keep on coming. I think EG, I mean, they're in no massive rush. Sure, they've got their items, but they're going to wait for the creep wave to spawn. But no, they're not. They go in Sylar. Raw goes down. Great 4 stuff out. There's the BKB Black Hole. Raw's already being used. Nothing to cancel it. Bulba going to go down. Can he get the Ravage off? He won't get off the Ravage. BKB's being popped as well. And there's a buyback from him, but he's going to have to walk all his way back. Naga Siren pops the sleep. Tifi's home. And that's going to be a tier 3 tower, possibly even a Rax going EG's way. Although it looks like they may just take the tower and back off for now. Look to regroup. Wait for Tiana to rejoin them with that Ravage. Oh yeah, I'll get slowed down. Look at the damage from maelk. The Imps really driving him back. Sylar comes in, but again, no damage items. And it's Fear just right-clicking away, resummons the Bear. Oh, if he dies, he doesn't have the Aegis, so actually he'll be absolutely fine. There's the Ravage. The buyback, finally Bulba arrives, gets Sylar as well, and Fear is just too angry, too big of a bear. The GG comes out from LGD.
What a series! What a performance from EG, dropping a really one-sided game to LGD and then storming back with 2 big games of their own on the back of Fear, dominating carry performance. Did it with the Morphlane in game number 2, now doing it with the Lone Druid after a tri-lane land against him. All around, very solid play from everybody on EG, and if you can take down a team like LGD, even with the delay issues that both teams are having, I mean, this bodes well for EG. They've only just started boot camping. I'm kind of afraid now for their opponents about how much they'll improve by the time the International arrives. Let alone the playoffs for this event.
Man. Things looking good for EG, and they're going to go through straight to that quarterfinal matchup here, and it's just some fantastic play. They looked impressive. They took down a beastly team in LGD, and all things aside, just all around fantastic play from all 5. I mean, I can't even say it's been. I mean, Fear's been playing absolutely sensationally. Had some great individual play, but it hasn't been just a one-man effort. This has been really EG playing well as a team, and they a truly well-deserved victory over LGD.
They are gonna. That does wrap up our Group B action for Beyond the Summits World Tour. If you want to catch up on any of the VODs from today or previous days, go to dotacommentaries.com, click on World Tour, and you'll find your VOD links there. The VODs for today, I will be working hard on them as soon as this broadcast ends, so you can find them directly on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/LDdota. And finally, if you haven't already done so, please check out the Dota 2 store. Consider buying that $3.99 pass, $3.99 I should say. That gives you access to all the previous games, all the group stage games to come, as well as the playoffs, which will be incoming soon. Well, gods, I mean, like you said, every time we cast together, it's an epic best out of 3. Such a treat. I mean, I love casting with Lumi, but I feel like I can't cast with him anymore because then the games just aren't as good.
I know. We just sort of told Lumi, oh, by the way, Luminous, we want some exciting games. You just step aside for tomorrow night. But I think Luminous will be back tomorrow night for the CLG games, although if not, I'll be there ready to step in as the playoffs will be kicking off probably on Thursday. We'll have a schedule out for that. For those of you guys wondering who want to find all the information, it is over on www.dotacommentaries.com. There's a World Tour tab there with all the VODs. Links there for them. They are mostly on LD's YouTube, youtube.com/LDdota. Big thanks to you, LD. For those of you who want to show LD some more love, find him on Twitter and Facebook. He is LDdota. I myself am godz on Facebook and Twitter. You can find me, tweet at me, tell me how awesome that game was, tell me how much fun you had watching tonight, and of course, show your love to the tournament you can buy a ticket, which is still in the Dota 2 store if you want to be able to watch from in-game in Dota TV, which does give you the benefit of having the replays as well as full in-game access with our commentary, so you can still hear us, of course. And I think that's it for me, as we'll be back tomorrow night. Maybe not myself, but it's been fun, LD. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm glad I got to cast a match.
Well, no matter what, you'll get 2 Davids, and I guess that's what counts in the end.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. You'll have 2 Davids casting tomorrow night. We don't know which 2. Well, LD will be one of them. You don't know who the other will be.
We like to keep it a bit of a mystery here. And guys, I would be remiss if I didn't say, don't just support us for the tournament. Also, please support EG. Show LGD some love, too. I'm not sure if they have a Facebook. I know some of the Chinese teams have started to. But any way you guys can find to get in contact with the players, I know most of EG are on there. I know offhand Demon is twitter.com/DotaDemon, so if you're not already, follow him. maelk is probably the most sort of controversial and interesting public figure on EG, and I don't actually... What is his Twitter? I feel like I have to look that one up now. maelk?
Is it just probably something like the maelk? I feel.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's twitter.com/themaelk. So
how did I know?
Show him some love too, and the rest of EG. Definitely support the players as well as the tournament organizers, the casters. But anyway, guys, that will wrap it up for today's broadcast. I am LD. He is Gods. You just watched EG take down LGD and secure that first place in Group B. We'll be coming back tomorrow with what should be a CLG doubleheader. That will start at 15 CEST. Facing off first against Orange. That needs to be confirmed, but that should be the time. And then the following match will be at 18 CST. CLG versus World Elite. A World Elite team that has dropped 2 matches and really struggling in this tournament. That's going to do it for today, guys. You've been watching Beyond the Summits World Tour, and we look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. For now, LD and Gods, signing out.